Urgent Las Vegas Raiders fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest Las Vegas Raiders updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Alright, Raiders fans, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you is a true game-changer for the franchise. The Las Vegas Raiders have been navigating a challenging period recently, and the upcoming season appears to be pivotal in their quest to return to prominence. Last year's campaign was a tough pill to swallow, with a final record of 4-13, marking one of the more disappointing seasons in recent history for the franchise. But as every dedicated fan knows, the NFL is a league of constant evolution, where setbacks often catalyze strategic changes. And trust me, the Raiders are making moves in the offseason that could signal a significant turnaround. They're not just tinkering, they're making bold, calculated decisions aimed at restoring their competitive edge. To truly appreciate what's happening now, it's essential to understand what went wrong last season. The primary issue was, without doubt, their defense. The Raiders' defensive unit struggled immensely, ranking 25th in points allowed per game, surrendering an average of 25.5 points. For a team with aspirations of playoff success, this defensive frailty was a glaring obstacle. Opposing offenses found too many opportunities to capitalize, and the Raiders' secondary was often caught flat-footed. When you look at total yards allowed, they ranked 15th in the league, giving up over 333 yards per game, which, while not the worst, was far from enough to be competitive in today's NFL. The reality is, last season's defensive struggles weren't a mere coincidence, they highlighted systemic issues that demanded urgent attention. The Raiders' front office responded decisively in the offseason. They've been aggressive in their pursuit of defensive upgrades, making strategic signings and considering trades to bolster a defense that desperately needed reinforcement. One of the most notable moves was signing safety Jeremy Chinn to a 2-year deal worth over $16 million. Chinn, a versatile linebacker-safety hybrid, has shown flashes of brilliance during his career with the Carolina Panthers. His ability to play both in the box and in pass coverage makes him a valuable asset. At just 26 years old, Chinn is entering his prime, and his energy and football IQ could be exactly what the Raiders' secondary needs to elevate their game. Alongside Chinn, they've added Malcolm Koonce, a promising defensive end, on a 1-year deal valued at $11 million. Koonce, a third-round draft pick in 2021, has demonstrated bursts of pass-rushing ability, and with more consistent playing time, he could develop into a reliable edge rusher. His athleticism and work ethic make him a player to watch in training camp and preseason, as he has the tools to contribute significantly on the defensive front. But the Raiders aren't stopping there. Rumors and insider reports suggest they're still exploring more avenues to improve the secondary, especially at safety. And here's where things get really intriguing. Ian Valentino of the 33rd team recently highlighted the Raiders as the top potential destination for a big-name free agent, safety Justin Simmons. Simmons, at 31, still has plenty of gas in the tank and could be a perfect fit to anchor the Raiders' secondary. Let's delve into Simmons' background. He's had a stellar 9-year NFL career, primarily with the Denver Broncos before becoming a free agent this offseason. Simmons has been selected to 2 Pro Bowls and earned second-team All-Pro honors 4 times, which speaks volumes about his consistency and impact. His leadership qualities, football intelligence, and durability are highly valued across the league. Last season, Simmons played all 16 games for the Falcons, recording 89 tackles, 2 interceptions, and a forced fumble. His stats may not be eye-popping, but his on-field presence and ability to read plays make him a vital leader in the secondary. In terms of specific metrics, Simmons allowed just 22 receptions on 37 targeted passes last season, for a total of 229 yards and 3 touchdowns. His passer rating allowed when targeted was 81.9, a solid figure that indicates he's effective in limiting big plays. His ability to diagnose routes quickly and make sure his team is in the right position could be just what the Raiders need to tighten up their pass defense, which last year ranked 15th in the league for passing yards allowed per game, around 216 yards. While that may seem acceptable on some levels, the 29 passing touchdowns surrendered and the opponent passer rating of 96. 5 highlight areas ripe for improvement. Financially, signing Simmons is a feasible move. Spotrac estimates his market value at just under $6 million annually, a bargain considering his experience and skill set. For the Raiders, this move could be a strategic steal, adding a seasoned veteran without severely impacting the salary cap, leaving room for other signings or extensions down the line. Why is this move so crucial? Because it signals the Raiders' commitment to rebuilding their defense into a formidable unit capable of competing in the AFC West, a division that has become arguably the most competitive in the league. The Chiefs, with Patrick Mahomes leading a potent offense, along with the Broncos and Chargers, both boasting dynamic offenses and improved defenses, mean the Raiders must respond with precision. Bringing in a veteran safety like Simmons could be the missing piece that elevates their entire secondary, making it more difficult for opposing quarterbacks to find open receivers and giving their pass rushers more time to get to the quarterback. Furthermore, Simmons' leadership qualities could have a transformative effect in the locker room. Known for his high football IQ, work ethic, and professionalism, he's the type of player who can set the tone for accountability and resilience. Young safeties and defensive backs in the Raiders roster could learn a lot from his example, helping to develop a more cohesive and disciplined unit. This leadership aspect is often overlooked but can be the difference maker in close games and crucial moments late in the season. Adding Simmons would also complement the existing talent on defense. Max Crosby, the Raiders' premier pass rusher, has already established himself as one of the top edge players in the NFL. His relentless motor and ability to generate pressure are key to the team's defensive identity. Pairing Crosby with a veteran safety like Simmons creates a balanced front and back end, Crosby getting to the quarterback and Simmons providing stability in the secondary. Let's consider what this means in the broader context of the Raiders' strategy. The franchise has historically been willing to make bold moves, whether through free agency or the draft, to build a competitive team. Their recent drafts have been promising, with players like receiver Jacoby Myers and linebacker Robert Spillane adding depth and talent. The offseason moves, including the potential signing of Simmons, show a clear intent: the Raiders are serious about contending again. They're assembling a team that can not only compete but also surprise some skeptics and make a significant playoff push. And don't forget, the NFL is a league of adjustments. Sometimes, one key acquisition can change the entire dynamic of a team. The addition of a veteran safety like Simmons could be that spark, bringing experience, leadership, and a high football IQ to a defense that needs to find more consistency. That's the kind of move that can elevate the entire unit, allowing the pass rush to pin their ears back and pressure opposing quarterbacks, while the secondary holds down the fort in coverage. From a fan perspective, this is incredibly exciting. The Raiders have a passionate fan base, known for their loyalty and vibrant energy, especially since relocating to Las Vegas in 2020. The city has embraced the team, and expectations are high. Fans want to see a team that fights every week, plays with grit, and has a real shot at the postseason. The potential signing of Simmons, along with other offseason additions, signals a clear message: the Raiders are gunning for respectability, and possibly more. In terms of team-building philosophy, the Raiders seem to be focusing on a mix of experienced veterans and promising young talent. This approach helps balance the development of the roster, provides leadership on the field, and ensures that the team can adapt to the ever-changing landscape of the NFL. The focus on defense, especially, shows they recognize where improvement is needed and are actively addressing those areas. Looking ahead to the 2024 season, expectations are cautiously optimistic but undeniably high. With a more robust defense, led by potential additions like Simmons and the continued growth of young players such as Max Crosby and emerging stars, the Raiders could become a much more competitive squad. Their offensive side also remains potent, with quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo now leading the charge, supported by talented skill position players like Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs. If the defense can hold up and make consistent stops, the Raiders could string together a series of wins that push them into the playoff picture. And let's not forget the impact of coaching. Head coach Josh McDaniels has been under scrutiny, but he's also a proven offensive mind who can craft schemes that maximize his personnel. The offseason moves, including potential defensive upgrades, suggest he's committed to building a balanced team capable of both explosive offense and stout defense. In conclusion, this offseason is shaping up to be one of the most pivotal in recent Raiders history. The possible signing of Justin Simmons, or similar high-impact players, could serve as the catalyst for a remarkable turnaround. It's about more than just individual talent, it's about creating a cohesive, disciplined, and resilient team that can compete at the highest level. With the passion of the fans, the strategic vision of the front office, and the talent on the roster, the Raiders are positioning themselves to make 2024 a memorable year. So, Raiders Nation, stay tuned and stay engaged. The moves are happening rapidly, and the future looks brighter than it has in years. The team is hungry, the city is energized, and the season is just around the corner. Let's get ready to support our guys as they aim to rise from last year's struggles and forge a new path to glory. And now, Las Vegas Raiders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential signing? Do you believe Justin Simmons is exactly what the defense needs? Are there other positions or players you think the Raiders should target? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your voice matters, and your enthusiasm fuels this community. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, more updates, analysis, and deep dives are coming soon. Stay connected, stay passionate, and let's go Raiders!